Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nita Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Hai Preman Hari Hari Bol
Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Hari Krishna. Pranams to all of you. Hari Krishna. Hope I am audible to everybody. I have got bad cold, I'm sorry. And just since morning, it's bad. So welcome you all. Let's start with the Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Tire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloki Bhakti Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनुभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति नमाचार्य पदाय नित्य कृपा पदाय गौर कथा दामदाय नगराय मुखम करोति वाचालं यत् कृपातं माधव। Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome you all. Okay, let me Share the screen. Still many are not yet joined, but we'll start. Yeah, is it okay? We start. So, as we are on the 4th canto, chapter 22nd, who are speaking to whom? Who is speaking to whom in this chapter? Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, Mataji. King Prithu is glorifying all the citizens.
So this is the meeting between Prithu Maharaj and 4 Kumaras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what happens after our Thursday session, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we have to, confirm which chapter it is going on and who is speaking to whom. Remember, these some 1-mark questions were kept in our question answers in our schools and college times, so that we can cope up with some marks. Okay. So let's start. So we will be completing today 4 shlokas, that is 4.22, 40, 41, 42, 43. 43 is the continuity of 44. So we will just touch upon that because the next speaker is going to speak in detail about it. Yeah. Okay. So whoever wants to recite the shloka, you can come forward. कृच्छ्रो महानिह भवार्णवम् अप्लावेशं सद्वर्ग नकृत असुखेन तितिर्षणाति तं तत्त्वं हरेर्भगवतो भजन्याम् अङ्गृह्यं कृत्वोद्रूपं व्यासनाम् उत्तरा दुष्टरानम्. Okay, I see few hands. Rishabh Hanuman. Sure.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam. Krucho mahaniha bhavarnava maplava vesham sarvarga na krama sukhena titarshanti tattvam hare bhagavato bhajaniyam agrim krutvo rupam vyasanam uttaram dustaranam.
Haribol, thank you. Yes, Sindhu, you can read the translation.
Sure, Mataji. Hello. Hare Krishna. Pranam, Mataji. Shloka 40. Translation by Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The ocean of nescience is very difficult to cross because it is infested with many dangerous sharks. Although those who are non-devotees undergo severe austerities and penances to cross that ocean, we recommend that you simply take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are like boats for crossing the ocean. Although the ocean is difficult to cross, by taking shelter of his lotus feet, you will overcome all the dangers.
Haribol. Yeah. So we can request
Thank
2 more speakers for today to read the purport.
Mataji, shall I read, Mataji?
Please, please.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Material existence is compared herein to the great ocean of nescience. Another name of this ocean is Vaitarani. In that Vaitarani ocean, which is the causal ocean, there are innumerable universes floating like footballs. On the other side of the ocean is the spiritual world of Vaikuntha, which is described in Bhagavad Gita 8.20 as Paras Tasmat Tu Bhavo Anya. Thus, there is an ever-existing spiritual nature which is beyond this material nature. Even though all the material universes are annihilated again and again in the causal ocean, the Vaikuntha planets, which are spiritual, exist eternally and are not subject to dissolution. The human form of life gives the living entity a chance to cross the ocean of nations, which is this material universe, and enter into the spiritual sky. Although there are many methods or boats by which one can cross the ocean, the Kumaras recommend that the king take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, just as one would take shelter of a good boat. Non-devotees who do not take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet try to cross the ocean of nations by other methods, karma, jnana, and yoga, but they have a great deal of trouble. Indeed, sometimes they become so busy simply enjoying their troubles that they never cross the ocean. There is no guarantee that the non devotees will cross the ocean, but even though they manage to cross, they have to undergo severe austerities and penances. On the other hand, anyone who takes to the process of devotional service and has faith that the lotus feet of the Lord are safe ports to cross that ocean is certain to cross very easily and comfortably. Shall I continue, Mataji? Or?
Okay, you can continue. There are just 4-5 lines more.
Yes, Mataji. Prithu Maharaja is therefore advised to take the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord to easily cross over all dangers. Dangerous elements in the universe are compared to sharks in the ocean. Even though one may be a very expert swimmer, he cannot possibly survive if he is attacked by sharks. One often sees that many so called swamis and yogis sometimes advertise themselves as competent to cross the ocean of nations and to help others cross. But in actuality, they are found to be simply victims of their own senses. Instead of helping their followers to cross the ocean of nations, each such swamis and yogis fall prey to Maya, represented by the fair sex women, and are thus devoured by the sharks in that ocean. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes. So, dear devotees, we will try to dive into this. So it says, this is, they're trying to explain us through the purport that this ocean of neuroscience is very difficult to cross because it is infested with many dangerous sharks. So who are the sharks? And this neuroscience, this is this material world, Bhavasagar. There is a shloka, Devi Haisha Gunamai, Mama Maya Durataya, Mamai Vai Prapatyante, Maya Me Tam Tarantite. Yeah. So to cross over this ocean, which is with the effect of 3 mode of material nature, isn't it? So here you will have lots and lots of challenges. Thank you, Krishnamurti Prabhu, for coming on the camera. Thank you so much. It really helps me. So we are trying to understand when we say this Bhavasagar, this is like a jail. We say that the Durga Devi is the jailer, of this Bhumandal. And in the jail, what happens? All the facilities, all the services that are given is nothing but limited service, isn't it? Whether one is a pickpocketer, a rapist, a gangster, or a dacoit, whatever it is, if they are put in one jail, what will happen with their limited understanding or how much they can bribe, or they will try to understand the jailer or that constables, that, in 3 shift when they are changing, who needs constantly the BD, they'll facilitate those, and they will say, I will give you this BD, in exchange, you bring my something, we see all this, no? And then whenever in months or 2 months or 3 months, there is meeting happening with the with their family member. So they will pay something and say, send my people last, give me little more time. And then there'll be big gunda in the jail also. There'll be new person also. All that hierarchy and all that will be there also. So what happens when hot food is getting served? He will show 2 BDs to that person and say, I'll give you 2 cigarette, some branded cigarette, and he'll say, first hot food to me, and when my clothes are there for washing, the newcomers who comes, ask him to wash my clothes. All such nonsense also will be happening in the jail. But to the limit of those walls only, you cannot go beyond. Similarly, in this jiva, for this jiva, in this material world also, everywhere there is limitation. With your boss, if you are working, with your mother-in-law, sister-in-law, when you are newly married. So, and if you are new in the college, you are looking for the professor who can be favoring you, to become favorite of that professor. Oh my God, so many. So the point here is, anywhere and everywhere, you may try to juggle, so much, but there'll be a limit. You cannot go beyond that limit. This why we are learning here, because they say this Bhavasagar is also temporary. Because when the pralay comes, this is going to finish, get over. Through the scripture, why they are making us learn that the pralay happens. And this pralay is only for your youth to death. You feel only two pralay are there. When you're young also, that is also one pralay, because the whole family gets disturbed if you're not in control. And then one pralay is when the death happens. The loved ones, they miss, the dependents. We don't know at what circumstances that death is happening. So it says, scripture is teaching us, Baba, there is only Chatur Yuga. How much one can live? Limit. Pralay comes. Now, Brahma's day, then everything is new. Brahma's night, everything will go and rest in Mahavishnu. So, in the temporary world, how we will explain? Your son comes from school and says, Mama, my day was very good today. I'm very happy. And the exams got over finally. So we all friends planned today evening, we'll go for a movie instead of class because sir has given us holiday today. Okay, Ma says, okay, fine. Now he's going to ask money for the ticket. He's going to ask money for some snacks. He's going to ask money for going and coming, all that. Okay, mother is saying, okay, fine. Now this boy eats lunch and sleeps and tells, Mama, wake me up at 5 o'clock because I have to go for 6 o'clock show. Okay. The mother is busy in her work. This fellow, he thinks, Mama will wake me up 5 o'clock. I'll get up, dress up nicely, 5:30 and I will leave. By the time he gets up, it's very late. Now he's upset. He's very upset with mother. Why didn't you wake me up? I wanted to go for movie. Because before sleeping, it was in his mind. Dear devotees, why I'm giving this example? With us also same happens. In this one life, we keep planning for the desires. Now this, now that, now this, now that. And in between, one pralay happens. What is that? We meet our death. So, now that in subconscious mind, our desires are there. Like that, with all the jivas, when we go and rest in Mahavishnu, we are with the desires. And Brahma's night happens, we are sitting inside. Once Brahma's day happens, we all come out again. And that subconscious mind, that desires were there, we get body to fulfill those desires. And when they are not fulfilling, we are hankering more and more and more. Punarabi janama, punarabi marana. So, want to be above the water, thoroughly. What happens? Devotee in this body still is trying to always plan and try to be above. Yeah. So that's the reason pralay needs to happen. Now, what are we trying to learn from all these scriptures, and particularly from here? Radhesham Prabhu, very beautifully, he gave some reasons. He says, to get the desire to get out of this material world, there is the point where the scriptures help us. That from this Bhavasagar, we have to come out. Because from the scriptures, we come to know. This poor Kumara is also saying, this Bhavasagar is very, very difficult to cross over. So, take the shelter of not only lotus feet of the Lord, take the shelter of the strong boat. In this Bhavasagar, what strong boat you will find? The spiritual master. Instructions of the spiritual master, association of the pure devotees. So what will all that do if we take up those? So first of all, to take this means to take the desire to get out of this material world. So there'll be no fear of death. That's the reason we have to surrender to a guru. Then awakening to surrender to the Lord automatically will start happening. Nobody needs to force anybody, XYZ. Yeah, somebody is gun pointing you. Oh, come on, Sudha. Huh? Tomorrow, see, early morning, 5:30, chanting is there. Come on, if you don't get up, I will take AK-46. No, nobody says. Why? Because in due process, in the due course of time, every day when you're coming, Sindhu, nobody calls, rings the bell or calls. But Sindhu knows that it is my morning 5:30, that it is japa time, and I have in ICF the group provision made for those who want to chant. You only have to log in. Yeah, so we are doing it. So with that, it awakens the surrendering to the Lord. Then this material world is temporary. That becomes day by day very clear to us. By understanding the calculation of Brahma's one day, the Chatur Yuga into 4. Oh, then we say, oh my God. And then demigod worship is only to the limit of fruitivity of this one life, which is again temporary. So then it says, Yati deva vrita deva, yanti prita pitruvataha, bhutani yanti bhuteja, majjajino vima. That is surrender unto me. Then this means what? Your helplessness and your insignificance, the presence of us, whom to give importance, whom not to give importance, automatically that we will able to understand, which makes us broad-minded. We'll be not like any other person who keeps on backbiting, talking negative about others. Then what happens? Lord's goodness and how much kripa he is, kripalu he is, will come to know. Because what happens by this reformation, what will happen? The same person as a non-devotee, once upon a time, this lawbreaker becomes a lawmaker. Prabhupada's so many leelas that we have seen, an ordinary person he brings and he tells, join the temple. And they become temple president later, after the learning and the process and understanding and having the training. In this Bhavsagar, this lust, greed, anger, all these are nothing but the agents of the Maya. So when they are attacking us, we have to immediately call, police. So to call police means what? Either you call for the Acharya's mercy or you surrender to a spiritual master. Go for an authentic guru who will immediately come and rescue us. Yeah, it's like, if the child leaves parents' hand in the big shopping mall and he gets lost, is it the parents' mistake? Parents were holding tight, but due to the tantrum and attraction towards things, he just left the hand and ran away, isn't it? So the parents, why they were holding the child tight? Because what happens, much before entering the mall, they are worried because everywhere the vehicles are coming, it may dash. Yeah. Then there are so many other things around. So they want to protect. But as an innocent child, we don't understand. Same is the mentality of we human being also. We don't understand how dangerous is this material world. We are engrossed. We are engrossed in, enjoying. Through the scriptures, we understand how. See, we have example of Narada Muni. Narada Muni is given free will, free visa, free ticket. He can roam around with his veena all through the 14 planetary systems. Why? Krishna says to Narada Muni, you're free. Go anywhere and everywhere. Why? Because you yourself have made yourself a self-controlled. How is this? Like the pilot who has, the mode of autopilot, isn't it? Nowadays, you have advanced technology of autopilot that we are not scared for small integrities. So like that, Narada Muni is so self-controlled that he can go anywhere and everywhere because he has only one thing to do, to make everybody the devotee of the Lord in their own circumstances. See, Prahlad's circumstances were different. Dhruva's circumstances were different. See, when we completely align with the will of the Lord, then what happens? We'll get into that integrity where Lord always, we are in the radar of the Lord. He always takes care of us. Because Lord knows this material world, the ecosystem of this material world is the smallest of smallest is eaten by the bigger one, the larger one, the most biggest one. It's like, the poor is being dominated by the middle class. A middle class is dominated by the rich. And the rich class also have the high power, influence and politician and this and that. So all of this system, in this Bhavasagar is nothing but you get out of one trouble, you get into the other trouble. So that's the reason we need to take the help of the scriptures. It says, for example, if the father has given the child 10 rupees, and morning the father gave 10 rupees. By the time it is evening, the child comes home and it says, Daddy, are you free? So Daddy says, what happened? So he says, I want to talk to you, Daddy. So he says, yes, tell me, what is it? So the child says, Daddy, morning you gave me 10 rupees, right? I want to tell you what I did. And he sits, small child sits with the book and the paper and the pen and says, you know what? For 2 rupees, I did this. For 1 rupee, I did this. For 4 rupees, I did this. And this is 10 rupees. The father is so happy that he's giving me so clear picture about what he has done. When I did not even ask for any explanation. So next time when the child approaches father, Daddy, I wanted this time 20 rupees. Father gives 50 rupees. And just waiting, father waits. Again, the child comes and gives all the details. And this time he's saying, one of the beggar was very hungry. So that last 2 rupees were there. So what I did, Daddy, I bought one small bread sandwich and I gave that beggar. The father understands, oh, my child is so kind. Now, such child, when he is growing, is the father worried that whom should I give my will? Much before the time the father is writing all his will and transfers to the child. So this is what is also Krishna. He is teaching us through the scriptures that this place that you have come is your desire, but I'm still hankering and awaiting for you. And before coming, I want you to purify yourself. So I'm making all the arrangements. So this reforming the heart and aligning to the Lord is nothing but the will of the Lord. And that is what all the acharyas and gurus are trying to do with their disciples. And this is what we need to understand and make our life's goal. Then there'll be no fear of death, my dear devotees. There'll be no fear of death. There'll be no fear of, oh, my hair are growing gray. Oh, I'm wearing specs. What to do? Still, there is time for you to read what the Hari wants you to read and understand and implement on yourself. So this is what we need to learn and prepare ourselves. Is there any question from this part? Krishnamurti Prabhu is smiling. Yes, Prabhu. Any question here?
Is little bit aside. How you are explaining all these things? Have you seen jail and then mentality of the thieves? How we have experienced, and you are telling like a live lesson to us. How it is possible for you, Mataji? That is my question.
Prabhu, thing is, the police, when you want to catch the thief, they start thinking like a thief. So every class that I have to take, like Saturday we have our Bhakti Vriksha, then we have children's class, then we have ladies class. So we'll have people around. So we will keep thinking, what should be a new example that captivates them and says, oh, yes, it is like this. Oh, how I have to be careful about. So anybody has any question there? We can move to the next shloka. Yeah. So we go to 41. It says, Maitri uvacha sa evam brahmaputrena kumara atma medhasa darishtatma gati samyak prashaya vacha tam nripaha. Yeah, Prabhu. You want to read the translation? First shloka and then translation. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you want to read?
Now, Srimand Masaji and Divya Desi Mataji, they were waiting, let them.
Okay.
Yes,
I think
Mataji.
they read, Prabhu, first they read. Okay, those who have not read can read. They read the first one, I feel. Okay. Who has not read? Please read.
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Maitreya uvacha स एवं ब्रह्मपुत्रेण कुमारेणात्ममेधसा दर्शितात्मा गतिः सम्यक् शस्योवाच तं नृपः. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Pranams.
Pranams. Translation.
Shall I continue, Mataji?
Can Krishnamurti Prabhu get the chance, Mataji? Let him read the translation in purport.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pronouns Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada today. The great sage Maitreya continued, being thus enlightened in complete spiritual knowledge by the son of Brahma, one of the Kumaras, who was complete in spiritual knowledge, the king worshipped them in the following words. Shall I read purport, Mataji?
Yeah, you can read, Prabhu, very small purport.
Purport by A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada today. In this verse, the word Atma Medasa is commented upon by Sri Pada Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakura, who says that Atmani means unto Lord Krishna Paramatmani. Lord Krishna is Paramatma. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha. Brahma Samhita 15.1. Therefore, one whose mind is acting fully in Krishna consciousness is called Atma Medaha. This may be contrasted to the word Grahamedi, which refers to one whose brain is always engrossed with thoughts of material activities. The Atma Medaha is always thinking of Krishna's activities in Krishna consciousness. Since Sanat Kumara, who was the son of Lord Brahma, was fully Krishna consciousness, he could point out the path of spiritual advancement. The word Atma Gatihi refers to the path of activities by which one can make progress in understanding Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much. Thank you. So here, great sage Maitreya continued because he is narrating us. So he's saying what conversation was happening between the Maharaj Prithu and the Kumaras. So here, particularly Brahma's one son, who is Sanat Kumar. So particularly, we'll find the terms that are used here. See, Atma Medasa, that is well versed in spiritual knowledge. And in the purport also it says Atma Gati, that is spiritual advancement. And in the purport there is one more term. It says, here it is, Grahamedi. So there are three terms. Atma Medasa means the one whose always mind is engrossed in Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna's pastime, Krishna's activities, about Krishna's devotees, about how they are taking, association. And it says, then what will happen is they will be Atma Gati. This will be the achievement if we are Atma Medha. Atmameda. But the opposite of this two term is Grahamedi. Grahamedi is the person, a householder who is thinking all the time, 24/7, only about this material world, this body that has been given, and how to enjoy, how to achieve, because they feel the goal of this body is to have name, fame, enjoyment. So it says for this Grahamedi, for them, the night goes only in enjoyment, sense gratification, and the day goes in achieving, having the targets. How they are going to meet up to the requirements of them and their dependents to enjoy this life. So why are the four Kumaras speaking to Prithu Maharaj, who is none other than the incarnation of Lord himself? But again, this conversation is for enlightening the readers, that is you and me. It is said here, you have to opt yourself for Atma Medasa and don't become the Grahamedi. Just by being in four walls, if I say I'm Mrs. So-and-so, it doesn't mean that I'm becoming the fly on the wall of this four walls. That free will is with me. That free will is with me. Now, dear devotees, now hear this practically very clearly. You must learn this. One thing is very, very, very important. The Lord will make arrangements for our enlightenment. It's not limited to only human being. Whether it is animal, beast, flies, insect, for everybody. See, all the agents of the Lord, if you see the sun, if you take out a big rock on the road, and you'll find so many, maybe some plants growing, or there are some germs, there are some insects, there are some cockroaches, there are some lizards, all that. How are they able to grow there? Because the sunlight is not doing any injustice by the will of Lord, arrangement of Lord. So we are blessed with the consciousness how Lord will do any injustice to us. It is we who are, enemy to our own self. The books are there. The arrangements are beautiful. But what happens? Because this body is not used in a right way, that's the reason we are getting dragged to be again in this material world by punarabhijanama punarabhijanama. It becomes, like you're going to a restaurant, yeah? No, it depends on us, isn't it? So when you're going to a restaurant, say for example, I remember some ladies class, they will have chit chat and all. I will try to understand from somebody, don't tell, I'm asking, please tell me. So they'll say, Mataji, they are going to plan one day leave. So I'll say, okay, so Mataji, you decide, because all 15 of we don't want to go. Only this 4, 5 want to go. Is it? Why they want to go? Oh, they are having some chit, kitty something. What is that? So they have, this every month, 5,000, 5,000. So one of them are going to get 20,000. So they are going to first go and buy some gold. And then they are going to, the one who wins, they are going to go for a restaurant. Then they are going to go for movie, this and that. Achha, okay, no problem. So what happens? See, now we will ask, I will end of the class, before they speak, I will say. So Prabhupada always said, he feels very lucky, those people who join his movement, if they are supporting the BBT, so you must, small portion of your whatever saving or earning, or you have money, you must give for the book distribution or publishing or some life for food, like that, or, you must give for Bhagavad Gita or something. So anybody in this 3 months are planning something, so I will target those 5 females, whether they. So they'll say, very nicely they will say, we will ask our husbands, and then their close friends, they will laugh. So I will ask them, why you are laughing? Mataji, now 20,000 when they will have, their poor husbands doesn't even know anything. They are going to spend everything. And dear devotees, everybody will have these opportunities. Sindhu came here. Huh? Sindhu. so when
Difficult topic.
interesting topic.
Oh, Hari bol.
So when this opportunity is coming to us, I'm not saying something is wrong, because we female are also granis. That's the reason we have got the title as Annapurna, Graha Lakshmi, Saraswati, first guru of that child. At least to match to that level, at least do something good. But what we do, if we are going to the opposite direction, just enjoyment, that is what is wrong choice of implementing your knowledge. Nothing otherwise is wrong. So if you opt, the set of females, if they say, okay, all 4 of us, 5 of us, when we are going, let us give one Bhagavad Gita also as do. That will make you spiritualize. Your activity will become spiritual. Okay. Then all 5 of us, we plan, whoever is going to win, we will do one Mangala Aarti. We will go and do Mangala Aarti and Saprashad. No harm. So that free will and choice is given by Lord to us. And that is what we are trying to make the difference. Lord is saying here, don't become a Graha Medi. Become a Atma Medhasa. Because when you become Atma Medhasa, what happens? Then surely you are stamping your visa permanent to be with the Hari, to serve him and be with him in Chaturabhuj form. Yeah. Okay, clear? We'll go to the next look. 4.22.42. Rajuvacha krito me anugraha purvam harinartanu kampina tam apatito brahman bhagavan yuyotam agataha. Who wants to repeat? I don't see any hand. You can unmute and straight read, please. Nobody? Archana, did you get opportunity? Is Archana there? Ambika, Archana, you all did not get chance. Ambika, you want to?
Mataji, shall I try, Mataji?
Yeah, please. What happened? You are worried. Okay, please go ahead.
Rajovacha Kruto me anugraha purvam arinartanukampina tam apadayitum brahman Bhagavan yuyam agatah. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, 1 minute. I'll have to.
Shall I continue, Mataji?
Yeah, Prabhu, I shared the shloka again. I think I missed out. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. You can read the translation and we will ask somebody else to read. We need 2 people to read the purport. Purport is big, but we can read. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The king said, O Brahmana, O powerful one, formerly Lord Vishnu showed me his causeless mercy, indicating that you would come to my house, and to confirm that blessing you have all come. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna, yes. Who wants to read one purport, one para? Anybody?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, please read. Divya Desai Mataji.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. when Lord Vishnu appeared in the great arena of sacrifice. At the time when King Prithu was performing a great sacrifice, Ashwamedha, he predicted that the Kumaras would very soon come and advise the king. Therefore, Prithu Maharaja remembered the costless mercy of the Lord and thus welcomed the arrival of the Kumaras who were fulfilling the Lord's prediction. In other words, when the Lord makes a prediction, he fulfills that prediction through some of his devotees. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that both his glorious names and the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra would be broadcast in all the towns and villages of the world. Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura and Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada decided to fulfill this great prediction, and we are following in their footsteps. Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yes, I need two more readers. Because the purport is big. Nobody?
Mataji, shall I continue, Mataji? Shall I read?
I think Krishnamurti Prabhu wanted to read. Prabhu, you wanted to read? Krishnamurti?
Anyone wants to read, let them, Mataji. I will hear. Nothing to worry.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhu, Giridhari Prabhu. Giridhar Gopal Prabhu, you can read the purport.
Yes, Mataji. Regarding his devotees, Lord Krishna told Arjuna, Kaunteya prajanti pratijanti na me bhaktaha pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee will never perish. Bhagavad Gita 9.31. The point is that the Lord himself could declare such things, but it was his desire to make the declaration through Arjuna and thus doubly assured that his promise would never be broken. The Lord himself promises, and his confidential devotees execute the promise. The Lord makes so many promises for the benefit of suffering humanity. Although the Lord is very compassionate upon suffering humanity, human beings are generally not very anxious to serve him. The relationship is something like that between the father and the son. The father is always anxious for the welfare of the son, even though the son forgets or neglects the father. The word anukampina is significant. The Lord is so compassionate upon the living entities that he comes himself into this world in order to benefit fallen souls. Shall I continue, Mataji?
You can say the shloka and the translation, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Bhagavad Gita 4.7. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
We will come back to this last para afterwards, but here we will speak little. Yeah. So, dear devotees, what is the point here? It says Lord is saying, Prithu Maharaj is saying, O Brahmana, O powerful one, formerly Lord Vishnu showed me his causeless mercy. And what was that? He himself appeared to the arena. And then he says, indicating that you would come to my house and to confirm that blessings, you have all come, isn't it? So, dear devotees, the same scenario happens when even the Lord's devotee will promise, Lord will see to it the devotee forgets, but Lord will remind it and he will try to fulfill it. Like that, Narada Muni, after cursing Nalkuber and Manigriva, when they are asking for forgiveness, he immediately gives benediction that very soon the Lord is going to appear. Though the Lord is baby, small baby, he crawls and comes. For Lord, doesn't matter whether Lord is for 5 days old, when Katakasura episode has happened, so, or whether the Lord is 5-year-old, 7-year-old. When he has said something or his devotees has said something, he will definitely do. Here also, it is again explained that even Mahaprabhu, when he says that the Maha Mantra will be spread globally, Nagara Grama Hoite Amara Prachar. Yes, see, Lord empowered his representatives, and that's what Prabhupada also did. Actually, Prabhupada's desire was always to remain in Vrindavan. He said, now I'm retired, let me be in Vrindavan. But then because he had the word promise of his guru that you are well qualified. So you go to the Prashyata Desh and do the prachara. He comes and does. And many a times, dear devotees, Srila Prabhupada had tough time in his old age. Now, I'm very sure after sitting 1.5 year of the class, when I stand, I will say like, no, for a minute. What to talk about in the age of the retirement of 70 plus? Prabhupada used to cook himself. I have been to Matchless Gift Center in New York, that place. Such a small place where Prabhupada himself, first he will go and sell some raw written paper books, or he will manage to get some money or whatever is with him. He will go and buy from the shop, and he will see that 7, 8 boys or girls are coming. Let them have something offered. And then he will sing Jai Radha Madhav and Hare Krishna. And these boys will be, drunk, or they are drugged, or they are high, and Prabhupada will not even say them, please, when you're coming here, at least don't drink. They will not come. Prabhupada said, no problem. Whatever state of mind you are, Krishna is going to take care, because he is within you also and he is within me. But I have come here not only with the will of Lord, but with the promise, that shield of my Guru, the permission of my Guru. So the desire of my Guru. And Mahaprabhu has come himself. So, dear devotees, when the Shaktivesha avatar, Prabhupada could do this. So that's what his disciples are also trying to do. So when we are trying to get those informations within our that little capacity, we must also try. Whether we are doing little. I remember here, I want to give example of even a squirrel. She had no strength, but she said, even I want to be in the mission to bring back Mother Sita. And he comes to Ram and says, can I also? And she, small pebble. But Lord Ram accepted that. He said, this will help me within that huge big rocks that in between breathe. So dear devotees, what to talk about this Bhavasagar, the 40th shloka, when we are speaking, this Bhavasagar, we can cross over, but provided we hold tightly the chain and the vibration, sound vibration of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, who has been, empowered, isn't it? This is what Kumaras are also being, Prithu Maharaj is also trying to understand that Lord has done this. So whenever he has given prediction, in Bhagavad Gita also he says, yada yada, whenever there is. So when this shloka comes, my mind runs always. So dear devotees, this yada yada hi dharmasya, you try to read again in your own circumstances, that the Lord will empower us. Why? Because in today's world, sometimes the husband comes late from office. He's so tired, but I know my husband will come by 8 o'clock. How dare you come 8:30 today? Where were you? What you were doing? What happened? No, 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 no. See, somebody is enjoying a lot. Huh? Oh my God. Krishnamurti Prabhu, somebody is enjoying. Huh? No, don't do this, because here is where the knowledge of the scripture lies. That we have to build the patience, because see, he has come with so much of material pressure. We don't know what happened, with whom, what meeting happened, what challenges, new challenges are being given to him. And taking all that here and on his heart, heavy, tired, hungry, he is ringing the bell. And when you open and dhar, 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 then what is the difference between those people and us? We are at least his. This is what, here, yada yada hi dharmasya glane bhavati bharata. He says, whenever or wherever there is a decline of religion, oh Krishna, save me, save me. Krishnamurti Prabhu is looking somewhere. For children, this equation will be different. They have not studied. Hare Krishna. Namaskaram, namaskaram. No, you are a very nice Dharmapatni. Immediately translations. So for the children, the equation will be different. If the parents are working and they did not get opportunity to somebody to ask what should have been practiced, what we should have, studied, and suddenly exam happens, sudden test, and they get 0. And what happens? If they have read the scriptures, yada yada hi dharmasya, oh Krishna, you should have helped me, So situation will be the same. Equations may change. But irrespective whether we are female body, male body, child, anybody, if we are enlightened with the scriptures and if we are strengthened with the scriptures, we will able to cross over that situation, that Bhavasagar. Is it not? So Lord is always saying that whenever he is predicting everything, that happens. And then the last part, it says, thus, it is nothing but out of compassion that Lord appears, isn't it? He appeared right in front of Prahlad. In what form? In the form of mercy. When the father said, go put him in the poisonous snakes. That same snakes, because they were Lord present in them, it became like flower garland. For Dhruva also, he himself comes. For Draupadi, he comes in the form of the sutra. Unlimited saris, isn't it? So nothing but compassion. So he is with us also. Whether it is, see, it is very beautiful examples are given in this planet out of compassion for the fallen soul. Buddha appeared out of compassion for poor animals because people were left and right slaughtering. He himself comes and says, don't follow the scriptures. And in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannimishtam mata smriti jnanam apohnam cha vedeshcha sarve rahame vivedu. The same Vedas he's saying, reject. Why? To save the innocent animals, isn't it? So he's compassionate, He says, Narsimhadev appeared out of compassion, isn't it? So conclusion is that Lord is so compassionate upon the fallen soul, like us, that he keeps coming, or he sends his representatives, or voice, even the warning, sound vibration, And that's what we are trying to understand, that Krishna, thus Lord Krishna instructed Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna for benefit of entire human, isn't it? For all of us. So it says, intelligent men should therefore seriously consider this Krishna consciousness movement and fully utilize the instructions of the Bhagavad Gita as preached without adulterated by his. That's the reason we will not change even a word. But we will give the flavor by putting examples of jailers and this and that and all that, so that it will firmly remain in our heart and mind. So last shloka, which I said I will not speak much on this because the next speaker is going to cover, because this will be, carried forward. So it says, Nishpatitascha kritsneyena Bhagavatbhi grihenyo lobhiha sadhu uttishtahi me sarvam atma saha kim date. Anybody for shloka? Anybody for shloka?
Mataji, I'll try, Mataji.
Yes, you have to. You must try.
Nishpaditahcha kasnena bhagavadbihi घृणालुभिः साधु उच्छिष्टं हि
Me
सर्वम् आत्मना सह किं ददे.
Hari Hari. Prabhu, read the translation, please.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Brahmana, you have carried out the order thoroughly because you are also as compassionate as the Lord. It is my duty, therefore, to offer you something, but all I possess are but remnants of food taken by great saintly persons. What shall I give you? Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranams Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Okay. The purport is left, right? So, who wants? Sindhu, you want to read the purport?
Yes, Mataji, sure. A purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word sadhu chishtam is significant in this verse. Prithu Maharaja got his kingdom from great saintly persons like Brigu and others, just as one gets remnants of food. After the death of King Vena, the whole world was bereft of a popular ruler. There were so many catastrophes occurring that the great saintly persons headed by Brigu created the body of King Prithu out of the body of his dead father, King Vena. Since King Prithu was thus offered the kingdom by the virtue of the mercy of great saintly persons, he did not want to divide his kingdom among saints like the Kumaras. When a father is eating food, he may, out of compassion, offer the remnants of his food to his son. Although such food may be already chewed by the father, it cannot be offered to the father again. Prithu Maharaja's position was something like that. Whatever he possessed had already been chewed, and therefore he could not offer it to the Kumaras. Indirectly, however, he offered everything he possessed to the Kumaras, and consequently they utilized his possessions in whatever way they liked. The next verse clarifies this matter.
Yes. The next, verse will clarify more detail. Now here, that one word, uttishta, that is remembrance. No? So this remnants, I remember from the scriptures, you will get the example wherein when Narada Muni was cursed and he takes the birth as a maid servant. Then everybody asked how he got elevated so fast. Because what happened when his mother was serving the sages for the Chaturmas, what happened? Narada Muni would also serve them. And when after they eat, whatever was left, he will go to them, take their permission, and left out remnants, he will eat. So what happened? That great personalities, the sages and sadhus, who would all the time they'll be in meditation or in the practice of the understanding of the scriptures for the mankind, welfare of the mankind, and completely 100% surrender mood. So what happened? Such persons, remnants, if you eat, you will definitely get those qualities imbibed within you. They'll manifest within you. I don't know how many of you all know, but there is a custom that after the marriage happens, the newly wed couple, they are given the milk, and the good wife is told, let your husband offer the husband milk and ask him to leave little for you. So there what happens, immediately that moment only will come to know. First, that humbleness of going, and this is for you. So nowadays, nonsense, what is this? From first day itself, I'm a servant or what? Huh? Ask the servant to go and give, no? Finish. Then the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. First day, first mark. Huh? Then this is object first. What to serve, what to give, and then to ask for half. Why should I ask half? I am better half, everything is my only. Then why should I take the left out? My God, no. Huh? I never even ate from my father or from my mother, this discussion. Why? Because there is no samskaras. Even if it is given, it is not taken. Even if by force or by just, okay, let them at least hear. That has also, if happened, it has not been received in a right way. So here also we are trying to understand how important it is that we have to inculcate these within us. So what happens when the child is small? Now most of the time, in most of the houses I've seen, when the husband and wife are eating and they have two small children, they will tell the maid, oh, take them out to play. Let us peacefully eat. This was not the practice with our grandparents or parents. They will make us sit. We used to all sit together and eat. Even the small child, let it make mess, but they know this is the way we sit together and eat in the plate. Yeah. And then what is to happen? Then the mother will get up, and from mother's plate or father's plate, they will give little. Or brother and sister are eating, sisters are eating, brothers are eating. So that's family. But now that culture is going off. The scripture is teaching us. I still remember when our Guru Maharaj comes and when we get the opportunity to serve Guru Maharaj, there only 2 or 3 people are serving seva. But there is a big ration ka line, like kerosene ration line big. So what will happen is they'll be tapping each other. Guru Maharaj is done. They say, no, not yet, not yet. Then afterwards, the moment the spiritual master says, no, I'm done. It's okay. So immediately who is serving the Guru, they will, cover and will say, so Guru Maharaj will give some sweet or something. Normally, it so happens that gurus are so merciful. We'll be having so many dishes. So what Guru will do, Guru Maharaj, they will touch everything and they'll say, okay, distribute. But we don't want like that. We want Uchchasta from the plate. Person like me, where Guru Maharaj is touch with the glass also, now I will fight for that water also. We'll say, one drop, one drop, one drop. Why? Because they are Paramahamsa. They are traveling globally to just uplift the fallen souls like us and to help them to cross over this Bhavasagar. So we must always hanker for, the Uchchasta. This prasadam that we go and take in the temple, this coconut or some sweets and all that, shenga and all that, this is nothing but the remnants, what is served to the deities and we get. But as per scriptures, this is the right understanding with the mindset of that let me also get some mercy from the Guru. For that matter, even in the Bhakti Vrikshas also, when the leaders are having, they'll say, Prabhu, just give little man. So this, no. We are not yet purified to be on that level, to be on that. So, dear devotees.
Mataji, Mayapur temple, na Prabhupada's birthplace temple, Samadhi and all.
Yes.
So beautiful, Mataji.
Yes.
They used to give fruits, all kinds of fruits.
Yes.
As prasadam to whoever coming.
Yes.
And the tirtham they give, it's full of rose water, petals. The rose petals and.
Yes. So, through this, what it is, one more understanding of Prithu Maharaj's greatness is, he's thinking that I have got so much knowledge from the Kumaras on the prediction of, Lord Vishnu. But I must also reciprocate by just not saying, thank you, thank you that you all came, thank you that you all gave, okay, for my benefit. No, he want to give something, but he's thinking, whatever I have got, all is of my master. So it is of my master, and on his prediction to give my master ka thing, it is like, chewing what is already chewed, I'm giving, This is what is the word sadhu uchista. So we are going to read more detail tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So we stop here. Any question, any doubt? Of course, I may not be 100% here and there little bit. So I want to ask forgiveness for that. So yes. You all want to add something? Sindhu, Divya Desai Mataji, Giridhari Gopal Prabhu, Krishnamurti Prabhu, the most senior person.
Mataji, Hare
Yes,
Krishna. No,
Hare
nothing adding is there, Mataji. Thing is, what your kind self has told us, it is to be imprinted our art in our arts. That is the
Yes,
only thing.
yes, Prabhu.
That is, if we do that sincerely, then definitely we will cross over this at Bhavasagar.
Oh, Sagar, Jai,
Mm.
Jai, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna
Thank you
Mataji.
so much, Prabhu. So if nobody has any questions, we can stop here. Okay. Thank you so much. Hari Krishna. Pranams to all of you. Thank you for joining. Be healthy and progress on devotional path. Hari Krishna.